Giuseppe Tartini was born in Piran in 1692 in the Republic of Venice, now known as Slovenia. Born into an aristocratic family, his parents anticipated that he would become a Franciscan friar, and thus he received basic musical training. He also studied law at the University of Padua, where he became skilled at fencing. After his father's death in 1710, at the age of 18, Tartini fell in love with and married a woman of lower social class and with whom he had a significant age difference, Elisabetta Premazor, a marriage his father would not have approved of. Elisabetta, however, was a favorite of a very powerful man, Cardinal Giorgio Cornaro, who immediately had Tartini charged with abduction. In order to avoid prosecution, Tartini fled Padua and went to the monastery of St. Francis in Assisi. It was there that he took up playing the violin and went on to become a renowned violinist and composer. In 1716, dissatisfied with his skill, Tartini sequestered himself in a room in Ancona to practice. His skills improved dramatically, and in 1721, at the age of 29, he was appointed Maestro da Cappella at the Basilica di Sant'Antonio. Tartini was the first known person to own a violin made by Antonio Stradivari. Tartini's mastery of the violin was now so improved it earned him the title of Master of Nations in his native country. His inspired performances were said to have a magical effect on his audiences, leaving them entranced. Legend has it that this is what caused him to be denounced as one who got his inspirations from the devil. What added to the legend was the tale told by Tartini himself of the inspiration and origin of his most famous composition, a piece he is most known for today, the Devil's Trill Sonata. The Devil's Trill Sonata is the strangest, weirdest melody ever heard or created, as most who have heard it will say. The piece is a solo violin sonata that requires a number of technically demanding double-stop trills that is difficult even by modern standards. There was a 19th century myth that claimed Tartini had 6 digits on his left hand, making it easier for him to play the trills. A typical performance of this superb composition with its technically difficult passages lasts 15 minutes. Tartini said that he had written the composition upon awakening from a dream in which he had made a pact with the devil and that the devil himself had become Tartini's servant. When he woke, he tried to recreate the magnificent and intense performance which had taken his breath away, thus composing the Devil's Trill Sonata. He said that the devil's awe-inspiring performance had been so masterfully executed and with such exquisite taste and precision that he failed to come even close to recreating it. Here's the story in his own words. One night in the year 1713, I dreamed I had made a pact with the devil for my soul. Everything went as I wished. My new servant anticipated my every desire. Among other things, I gave him my violin to see if he could play. How great was my astonishment on hearing a sonata so wonderful and so beautiful, played with such great art and intelligence as I had never even conceived in my boldest flights of fantasy. I felt enraptured, transported, enchanted. My breath failed me, and I awoke. I immediately grasped my violin in order to retain, in part at least, the impression of my dream. In vain. The music which I at this time composed is indeed the best that I ever wrote, and I still call it the Devil's Trill. But the difference between it and that which so moved me is so great that I would have destroyed my instrument and have said farewell to music forever if it had been possible for me to live without the enjoyment it affords me. So what happened to Tartini? What are our dreams exactly? Is it possible for us to receive information from other dimensions or entities perhaps through our dreams? Many have had precognitive dreams which foretold future events or warned of danger. Some have had dreams in which they've had a visitation from a recently deceased relative or friend, perhaps an attempt to say goodbye and let loved ones know they're okay. Others have had dreams in which they have met relatives yet to be born, grandparents receiving a visit from a grandchild, for instance, before they are born, called pre-birth dreams. Is it possible for us to interact with others in another realm outside of this physical one in which we exist in the dream state? The average person spends about 1/3 of their life sleeping. If they live to the age of 75, that's about 25 years spent sleeping. Dreams are associated with REM sleep. The average person spends about 6 years of their life dreaming. Each dream lasts for 5 to 20 minutes. It is not yet known where in the brain dreams actually originate, if there is a single part of the brain responsible or if there are multiple portions involved, or even what the purpose or function of dreams are for the body and mind. Ancient Sumerians left evidence of dreams going back as far as 3000 BC. According to those records, gods and kings considered dreams very significant and paid close attention to them. Mesopotamians believed that the soul of a person, or some part of it, moves out of the body of the person sleeping and literally visits the places and people seen by the dreamer. Ancient Egyptians wrote their dreams down on papyrus. They believed that their dreams functioned as oracles, bringing messages from the gods, a sort of divine revelation. Those who had vivid, significant dreams were considered blessed and thought to be special. Tartini's account of his experience is fascinating, as are the stories of so many others. They make one wonder what exactly is happening to us in our dream state. As always, thanks for watching. Please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe.